Okay, what's up, y'all? What's up, it's been a minute. Um, if you don't know, my birthday is coming up. I'm getting ready for my birthday festivities. I have to do my hair. It's been a long time since I posted on YouTube, so I'm gonna do my hair with y'all and we're gonna play a little game of catch up, okay? Okay, so this video is gonna really be like in parts because I'm only bleaching and probably coloring my hair today. I'm not going to do any styling. I'm just gonna do bleaching and coloring because I still have to do Justin's, which is my boyfriend's hair. So there's a lot of things that I have to prepare for. My hair looks like this because I just finished doing a wig video on TikTok. I know it's been a minute since I've posted on YouTube. Lord. Okay, now back to what I was saying. Girl, I just wasted bleach all over the floor, had to vacuum it up. It was a lot. I got a decent amount of bleach in here because I'm doing a decent amount of bleaching. I'm going to use 50 developer because I know what I'm doing, okay? Now, like I said, it's been a minute since I've been on here. It's been a lot going on. Your girl has been going through a lot. I know that I don't talk much about my like personal life on social media, but the whole entire point of me doing content and making these pages is so that, you know, just a little insight to my life, my story. Some things I'm just not really comfortable talking about just yet because they are fresh and I never want to speak from anger or emotion. I always just want to speak from just the truth and clarity and how I feel. We did just recently move, so that has been a lot to deal with, just changes, you know, different things, you know. I'm mixing up the bleach and everything right now. Like I said, I'm using a 50 because it'll just get me to the process faster, and like I said, I know what I'm doing. But we moved, which is a good thing. It's a good thing, but it's just changes and things of that nature. My birthday is coming up, so your girl has been stressed planning this trip because this is one of my like dream places that I have been dreaming about going to like literally all my life, and I really just wanted to make it happen. And I'm in a place in my life right now where I'm very blessed, but I am aware that I am not where I want to be. But I also try not to allow that to shape my world or my mindset. So I'm getting to a place in life where I don't operate from a place of lack, because I feel like when you operate from a place of lack, you will continue to lack. And I am very much a mind over matter person. I feel like I am the type of person where if I say I'm going to be a millionaire, that's what I'm going to be. It doesn't matter about what anybody else says or what happens. That's just what it's going to be because I said so. So just really planning this trip. I'm not going to say where I'm going because I will be locking in and making sure that I post content for you guys. Like, I'm really about to get in my content bag. I've been in my content bag on TikTok. I've been doing better, but like I said, there has been a lot going on that's been getting me down. So I'm stepping back into it, and I'm stepping back into it with not just doing it, but with plans, with thinking, with how I want to see things go, you know. Okay, so this is my mix. Your mix should always be thick. It should always be like pancake mix. It should be thick. So let's get to it. I'm gonna start with the front first because the back process is faster because of heat. We don't have any music because your girl is tired of getting copyrighted. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna have to take my glasses off so that way I can make sure I get every single piece of hair in the front because I'll be missing my edges sometimes. But yeah, y'all, your girl been going through it. If I'm being quite honest, your girl has been going through it. I started therapy because of how much I had been going through it, which is good. I love my therapist. I love therapy. Honestly, it helps a lot, especially because for a person like me, it's very difficult sometimes for me to trust my intuition because I have a tendency to put others' feelings before my feelings. So being in therapy has helped me trust myself, trust my intuition, and just stand my ground. You know what I mean? Just stand on how I feel, and what I want out of life. I feel like I need to add some more, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, I felt like I needed it to be thicker, so I got her thicker. But yeah, I started therapy. Like I said, started therapy because there was just a lot of things that were happening that just made me feel. I'm gonna be honest. I dealt with depression and things of that nature ever since I was a little kid, honestly, but it hit me really bad in high school. And the way that I was feeling reminded me of, not even reminded me, I just felt it hasn't been that bad since high school. And it was getting to that point where it could have been that bad again. And it hasn't been that bad in a while. And I am very aware of my triggers and, my mental health. And I just feel like I fought so hard to get out of that space that I refuse to allow myself to feel that way again, or to allow somebody to put me back in that space again. So I said, you know what? I had been thinking about it for a minute. A couple people that were close to me were talking about, how they started therapy, which kind of just like it inspired me, because I was just like, you know what? If the girls are getting themselves together, let's get ourselves together. You know what I mean? So I started it. I love it. It's helpful. I go every week or whatever. So that's nice. I'm gonna finish most of this because I don't really want this to be a super duper long video. I do want us to catch up, but I don't want this to be a super long video because I am trying to get everything edited as much as I can, so that way it's easier for me when I do go on this trip to have everything edited and make sure everything gets posted. Because sometimes I'll do birthday videos. Like last year I did a birthday video and you guys didn't even get the video because it was just too much for me. So yeah, therapy, no contact with both of my parents. If you don't know, my dad got locked up when I was 14. Still had a relationship with him while he was in there. Well, he's still in there. But I stopped talking to him in like 2022, 2021. Haven't spoke to him since. Won't speak to him. Have nothing to say. And then I decided this year to go no contact. I decided a couple of months ago to go no contact with my mom. That was back in, I want to say April, maybe a little bit before April. So yeah, haven't spoke to her since either. Don't plan on speaking anytime soon. So that has took a toll on me because I feel like parents don't really understand. You may be looking at it as like a selfish or stubborn decision, but I don't think people understand that if a child decides to go no contact, what that means and how that could affect them. Because I don't genuinely feel like any child wants to go no contact with your parents. Like that's not the goal. That's not the that's not the plan. It's just something that you feel as though you have to do. And then on top of that, I already don't talk, or I'm not in contact with any of my family for real. Like, I only have a few family members that I talk to, which is fine, but also coming to terms with the fact that I don't really have a relationship with my family, or I don't really have a support system when it comes to most of the people in my family, has been a lot to accept. But at the same time, I'm appreciative of those that I do have a relationship with, and those that have tried to, make sure that, we have a relationship. So I'm grateful for those. But it has been a lot of things that I've had to just come to terms with and realize and say, you know what? If this is what it is, okay, then this is just what it is, and accepting it for what it is. But that can be a lot, because nobody ever thinks that they are in the wrong or to blame. But we're not going to get too much into that conversation and situation, because it's just not necessary to do so. It's not a need, it's not a necessary. So yeah, that's been something I've been going through. I'm about to be 26. That's freaking crazy. And I'm grateful, honestly, to be alive. Last year's birthday was really like emotional for me, because turning 25 was not on my bucket list. Not even, I didn't even plan on turning half the ages I turned, but 25, it just kind of felt like, oh my gosh, like a quarter. I just completed a quarter. I look at life like a game, like a really, really hard game with a bunch of challenges and a bunch of different levels that you have to beat. And so turning 25 just felt more like a really big accomplishment. Like, it felt like, oh my gosh, I just beat 25% of this game that I tried to quit so many times. That, like, I wanted to quit this game so many times, and to make it to 25 and to be, where I am. Like I said, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm still blessed. So 25 was a very emotional year. This year, I just kind of feel like I don't feel as emotional. It is still like a, oh my gosh, what the heck, I'm about to be 26. I still be feeling like a fucking 16-year-old, 19-year-old sometimes, like a teenager, feeling like a child in the adult body, which we all are, for being quite honest. If you know, you know. But this year, I just kind of feel like, get to it. You know what I'm saying? This year and moving forward, no excuses. What do you want to be in life? What do you want out of life? And whatever it is, figure out how to make it happen and get to it. No more excuses. No more accepting things that you don't want to accept, or that don't benefit you. And I don't mean that in like an ego way of like, oh, if you're not doing anything for me, get gone. But just more so like, what are you bringing over here? Or if I'm doing things, one thing my therapist keeps telling me, and that we talk about all the time, is, think about yourself as a plant. When you make certain choices and you make certain decisions, what are you growing? What are you watering? You know what I'm saying? What are you pouring into? Where is this going to lead you? You know what I mean? So yeah, I need some more bleach. But yeah, just building the life that I want to live, and not allowing anything or anyone to stand in the way of that. Not even myself. You know what I mean? Just really getting into it, because it's like, I know the type of woman that I want to be. So it's like, instead of not blaming other people, but just instead of allowing people to do certain things to me, or allowing certain things to put me in certain situations, just being very aware of me and who I am, and the decisions that I make, and the person that I want to be. I got back into reading, so I've been reading more. I haven't been reading as of recently because there's been a lot going on, but I have bought a couple of books. I bought The Four Agreements. I got like maybe 10 more pages left in that book. That book is a really, really good book, and it's honestly a book that's been helping me on this journey because The Four Agreements, I have them on my phone. I can't remember them all right now, but I know most of them. One of them is don't assume, don't have any assumptions, don't make any assumptions. Another one that I like is be impeccable with your word, which means to speak without sin. Basically that means like don't curse anybody, don't speak ill on anybody. Be very careful of your words when you are speaking on people, you know what I'm saying? And also, don't be afraid. Actually, it's on my phone right here. Don't make assumptions. Don't take anything personal. Always do your best and be impeccable with your word. So even the be impeccable with your word, like, oh, speak without sin, that doesn't mean that like, oh, every day, beat myself up if it doesn't happen, because sometimes it may not happen. But at the end of the day, hey, we could try again tomorrow. You know what I mean? So that's a book that I read. I got like a little bit of that book left. And then another book that I bought and started was Mother Hunger, which is basically a book about mother and daughter relationships, and the wounds and trauma that it may leave and how to push through it and stuff like that. I haven't really been opening up. I haven't really been reading that book because that book just, I'm being quite honest, it just triggers me a little bit, and it's just a very difficult subject to be into, especially because everything is still so fresh and present. So yeah, but I will finish it eventually. I think I'm gonna pack it with me when I leave. I don't know though, but I am excited for my birthday because like I said, I'm going on a trip, and the place that I'm going to is my dream place. Like, what the freak, you know what I'm saying? So very, very, very excited. I got all my roots, things of that nature. Let me make sure I got all my edges, because girl, you would think you got these edges and you don't got them. Be looking up and I'll be having black little pieces of hair. Don't got no time for it, honey. I need everything blind, baby. Everything blind. I don't know if I'm gonna take it down my locks because I said I wasn't, but I think I am a little bit. But I'm gonna do it with my hands, not my brush. I'm just trying to make sure everything is covered, honey. But yeah, so your girl been going through a lot, if we being quite honest, and that's what this page is about. It's about honesty. It's about my life, it's about me, it's about who I am. Journey to Kyla. You know what I'm saying? It's my journey. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna take it all the way down. I'm gonna just take it a little bit down. Put some on my hands and just rub it. I'm okay with my roots. Not my roots, my ends being a little like still having that color in there, because I think it's gonna make a nice little color for me. Then we're gonna let this sit for like 10 minutes, not that long, because like I said, this is a 50, so it's gonna do the job much faster. Yep. Just want to make sure everything is nice and good. But yeah, so I'll be back after I wash this out, and we'll finish talking while I put the color in, so that way you guys can see what color I'm doing this year for my birthday. I do a different color every year, and if you don't know, I do a different color every year because I can, Okay, so I just finished bleaching my hair, washing it. I toned it with I was gonna come and show y'all, but I left it in the bathroom. I toned it with this blue soap to get all the yellowness out. I didn't leave it in long. I kind of just washed my hair with it multiple times because I just don't be liking that, but it's not bad. I'm kind of getting tired, but that's probably because I haven't eaten anything. All I've had was a cup of tea. So let's get to this color so that way I can go on with the rest of my day. These are the colors. Super excited. 26 is, like I said, what am I trying to say? I'm doing blue. I don't know. I just feel very blue. Like that's just how I feel. And then especially with where I'm going for my birthday, it's kind of like I'm really tending to my inner child in a way. And then on top of that, it's technically, is this not my technically my golden birthday? Because my birthday is June 26th. I'm turning 26. And if you don't know, big 626 stitch. But blue is just how I've been feeling. So that's the color that we're gonna do. Let me put some gloves on. I got two different brands of colors because those just the colors that I got, and those are the colors that I so happen to like. Trying to make sure my mic is able to, y'all can hear me. I'm trying to figure out which color I want to put on top, so I'm gonna get a little cotton round real quick, so that way I can see what the colors are given. Let me open them up real quick, and then after this, I am done for the day because I still have to do. I gotta do a bunch of stuff. I gotta do a bunch of stuff. I'm really, really, really excited for this trip, especially because of the content. Because I'm really gonna make sure that I lock in and give y'all content after content after content. Okay, so this one already seems darker. I'm gonna still test it out just to because I said I was. But I think I'm gonna put the Adore one on the bottom because it seems like it's darker. And then I'll put the Kiss Temptation one on the top because it seems lighter. That's what it's given. Oh, well, not really. They look like the same color. So this is the Kiss. That's the Adore. I'm still going to put the Adore on the bottom, though, just because. So let's get into it. I don't remember what I was talking about. Basically, girl, childhood trauma, dealing with your past, not allowing it to affect your future, honey, and you know, locking the hell in is really what it's about. Just locking in is what I'm doing. So, like I said, your girl been going through a lot, but I'm okay. I'm honestly feeling much, much, much better. I allowed myself to be in the funk for a little bit. And then once I felt like I felt the funk long enough, I said, all right, it's time to get back up. You know what I'm saying? It's time to do what we do best, and that's keep going. That's just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. So yeah, enough of the sadness. Other than that, I don't think it's anything else that's really been going on. I think I told y'all that I don't have no friends no more. Yeah, I know I said it on TikTok, but yeah, that happened. And when I say no friends, I don't mean like, oh, it's a bitch right now that's gonna see this and she gonna be offended. No, bitch. I mean zilch, zero. I don't got no homegirls that I go outside with. I don't got no homegirls that I go shopping with. I don't got no homegirls that call my phone and we vent and talk shit or whatever y'all do with homegirls. I don't have any of that no more. When I say friendless, I mean bitch friendless. But honestly, I'm okay with that because I feel like it gives me a place. It puts me in a space to where I can one focus on myself, but also I can learn and just look back and see, like, what part did I play in my friendships as to why I feel like they didn't last, and what is it that I want out of friendships, because that's another reason why some of my friendships have ended, is because I hold myself to a certain standard. I hold myself to a certain life, and there's a certain life that I want to live, and I know what type of person I am, and I know what I deserve, and I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm not going to accept anything less than what I deserve. You know, is we're not gonna get into all that, but I'm just not gonna accept less than what I deserve, and I know what I deserve. Oh, my mic. Hold on. And if you're not giving me that, then hey, it just is what it is, But I feel like it's good right now because I was already in like a not so good space to where like I'm in a space right now like where I'm not pouring into anybody unless like there's a priority line. And your girl is the oldest of 7 or 8 kids. Okay? Okay? So there's a priority list and all of them are at the top. You know what I'm saying? And then, I got my people that outside of my siblings that pour into me. So it's just a realization of, what do I want out of life? What do I deserve? What do I expect? And just, you know, moving accordingly, honey. That's really all it is. So I'm not too pressed about not having no friends, to be honest. A bitch never really had friends. If we being quite honest, a bitch would think she had friends. Never really had them, but that's okay because it's like I said, it's causing me to look at me, and instead of being like, oh, bitches are weird, da da da, it causes me to think, why you keep being friends with people like this, or why you keep accepting, you know, certain behaviors. And when I ask myself those questions, it helps me to avoid the type of people that I'm trying to avoid because, I used to be that kid where like I knew what it felt like to be left out. So I wouldn't be against being anybody's friend unless I just honestly didn't like you. But for the most part, if you said we was friends, I'd just be like, okay, we friends. Now you say we friends, I get the side eyeing and looking at you like, are we really friends? And I'll tell that to you. I'll say that to your face. Are we really friends? People say that and then poof. I don't think, and I think a lot of people don't know how to be friends. I think that's a big issue too. A lot of people don't know how to be a friend, like a true friend, like the way that I treat my friends, the way that I view friends. So yeah, but like I said, we're not gonna get too much into all that because it's not necessary. But yep, other than that, we live in life, girl. We live in life, we growing and we learning. And y'all, I know y'all see this hair growth. I know y'all see this hair growth on your girl. I love my hair. I love the fact that I locked my hair. I'm so glad I did it. Try not to get anywhere because, girl, I could look up and it'll be blue everywhere. Okay, I'm going to finish this and then I'll be back when it's done. Okay, I got all the hair dye in. I'm going to leave this in for, you're supposed to leave it in for like 15 minutes. I think I'm going to do a good 30 and then I'll rinse it out. And then after I rinse it out, I will do a quick clip to show y'all what the final look is. I did wind up using basically both of these. I got like maybe like this much left in this one and maybe a couple of drops in this one. I did, as you can see, it's darker on the bottom, so I really just went through most of my head with this one, and then towards like the back and the bottom I use this one since it seems to be darker. So yeah, and then the next part of this video that y'all will see will be me styling my hair, which I will probably do either tomorrow or Wednesday. Just depends on how I'm feeling, because I'll probably do it tomorrow, honestly, because I have therapy Wednesday, and after therapy, girl, I don't be feel like doing nothing. So yeah, I'll see y'all in a minute. Okay, so I'm not gonna finish my hair today, but I do want to start it a little bit just to get the process going. So this might be like a sped through thing because I do have just other stuff to do, and right now I just feel like doing it. I just feel like starting it off. I do want to show y'all something. Let's be transparent. As a girl who colors her hair, I remember my cousin asked me like, your hair is growing like so much or whatever, like how do you keep your hair, like how do you color your hair and like not have breakage? I literally told her, you're gonna have breakage because you're bleaching your hair. Now don't get me wrong, look at how long my hair is. This came from one of the like back ones. I want to say it came from like this one right here. As you can see, it's still pretty long, but whenever I'm experiencing thinning, if I feel like I can't fix it, honestly, in this, I never get to a point where I feel like I can fix it. I rip them out. I do. This is another piece that I found because after I took this one out, I literally went through my hair to look for more any locks that were thinning basically, and this was the other one that I found, and I just pulled them out. But I'm the type of person where like I don't really care about like my locks being a different length and stuff like that, especially because like it doesn't bother me when it comes to me wearing my hair or styling my hair and stuff like that. But I definitely just I take the thin pieces out. I'm not forcing nothing. I'm just not. And the style that I'm doing, I'm gonna do some 2-strand twist. As you can see, well, these are not like that because of thinning. These are like that because when I first started my locks, I left way too much edge out, like way too much. And then getting like further into my lock journey, I basically locked up the extra hair because I was like, girl, you do not need all of that hair. Like it was a lot. Like it was crazy and unnecessary. So yep, doing some 2 strands. Just gonna get some of them started because I mean, why not? And then I'm not gonna style my hair until it gets closer to when we're leaving. Simply because the style that I want to do is just, it's not like a style where like I'll be able to sleep easily and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna twist my hair and put some rubber bands on the end. I do have some beads, but I haven't decided if I'm gonna do beads or not. And since this is not like a tutorial type of situation, it's really just y'all just, you know, coming through the process with me. I'm probably not gonna stay for long. I'm just showing y'all the first process, and then more than likely I'll probably come back when I do finish my whole head, but at least y'all can see the process because y'all don't need to see me twist no hair. This is literally what I'm about to do all over my head. So I'm probably gonna come back. Y'all will see me again when my hair is done, and then that'll probably be the end of this video. And then like if I do beads or anything, then I will show that. And then if I style it and stuff, I'll throw a little clip in there and end off the video. If I don't end off the video in a professional way, girl, just don't get ended in a professional way. But here, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Oh, and my hair is like semi-dry too, so, and I just didn't wanna wait until tomorrow for my hair. I kind of just wanna get it started today because I don't want to do any extra manipulation to my hair because it's already pretty fragile because I just colored it. It's wet, you know what I'm saying? Blase, blase. So yeah.